So, I have family in Southeast San Diego. My parents raised me in East Dago. I grew up in diverse and low-income neighborhoods, and people that I care about and loved were being impacted by really negative policies, bad policing, overcriminalization, and I knew as a white person, which is I'm sure the direction our conversation is going, that I could leverage my own inherent privilege to do work in those spaces. One of the first steps in Black liberation is kind of to decode yourself. So Black folks in America get a lot of messages every day, right? Through their media, through their schooling, through who they see in positions of power, right? And so one of the first steps in Black liberation is, how do I decode my mind that I'm not the things that white supremacy tells me I am? But white folks have to do that too, right? So I'll use a really good example that sometimes resonates with people when I talk about this issue, is that as a white person, even if I was a white person that grew up in a poor neighborhood and a diverse neighborhood, everything around me tells me my opinion matters, right? Like every TV show I watch, every teacher I've interacted with, every law enforcement officer I've actually interacted with, every institution and system has told me my opinion matters. Now that's not a bad message, that's a good message. It's just a message that isn't told to all people.
I would probably say a disadvantage would be shopping at certain stores.
My parents are fully Mexican and they have really thick English accents, and just like seeing how they're treated differently than me.
Not tolerating the N-word, people, use it like it's okay, and I just don't tolerate being called it and using it in conversation.
Privilege is when you have the upper hand through no fault of your own.
Having an advantage over someone else.
Yeah, pretty much what she said.
Okay, so based on your choices, what do you see?
Well, I see most of these people are white. Most are men. 3 out of the 5 are men.
So why did you choose these people?
For beautiful, obviously it's not men, because society sees women as beautiful, and it's a compliment to them. And someone with more like not pure skin, like white skin and blonde hair is seen as beautiful.
So why do you think that none of these people were chosen? The rest.
It's the pictures. Look at this guy. It's just his hair. That's the one thing that stands out to me about him.
I wouldn't put any single one of these people, and just like I couldn't just put this guy here or here or here. I feel like he could be anywhere he wants to be. Like I could just put him all these people in the middle, because they can be anything really.
I think continuing to do stuff like this and starting fairly young, and like showing people that like people in power didn't get there just because they're better. They got there because society was built around their success. Like the society is wired to allow those people to get to certain positions of power and not let others.
So how do you think that people can break free from these stereotypes?
Just by doing background, like even in the military, sometimes you'll look up to someone or think they're, really on point, but after you get to know them and do a little background research, and like they're not the person you thought they were. So just take time to get to know someone before you make that initial judgment, just like we're doing on the pictures.
So as a white person, sometimes something I do is I take up a lot of space in a conversation. So I'll walk into a room and I'll take up a lot of space, right? And something I've had to decode and learn myself is that's kind of a practice of white supremacy in itself, to walk into a room and always have to share my opinion. It's not that I'm purposely trying to silence someone else. It's that I've been coded to believe that my opinion matters. And it does, but other people's opinions matter. And we have to recognize power dynamics when we're in conversations. So as a practical matter, as like a white ally, if I'm in spaces where the room is full of black folks and brown folks, I'm never the first person to talk, right? I always make sure I'm not the first person to talk. And that's just a small practice. But I think sometimes as white people, we think about being allies, like, what can I do to help? Which in itself is a problem, right? Instead, it's how do I investigate my own areas of privilege in my life? How do I start decoding myself so I can become a partner that's useful to black or brown or LGBT liberation efforts, whatever efforts we want to throw our weight behind?